Can you all see the screen? है screen दिख रहा है सबको?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's solve this first question. Please solve this fast. Easy question. Yeah. It's a very easy question. To establish an instantaneous current of 2 ampere through 1 microfarad capacitor, the potential difference across the capacitor plates should be changed at the rate of. Please solve it. Okay. Let's see the solution for this question. C. An answer is coming as C. See here. Look कैसे होता है इसमें. First of all, make a note of whatever data is given to you. Let's say I is given to you. I is given as what? 2 ampere. This data is given to you. One data. Then C is given to you as 1 microfarad. Means what? 1 into 10 to the power of minus 6 farad. This information is given to you. So the potential difference across the capacitor plate should be changed at the rate. Rate means what? dV by dt. They ask you dV by dt equals to what? This is the question. That. So how we will calculate? How we'll find out? See, it's very easy. See, we can try to explore the formulas for this I. What is I? I is always dq by dt is your I. And what is C? C is always q by V. Therefore, what is V? V is always q by C. Therefore, what we need dV by dt, na? So we can write it here. We take differentiate both sides. dV by dt will be what? dV by dt will be your 1 by C dq by dt. It is what I. So we have to calculate this only. So it is what? I by C. So we got the formula. It's as simple as this. So once you are able to get this is what they're asking us. They have given you I. And substitute the value is there, right? You put the I value is what? 2. C value is what? 10 to the power minus 6. This will be volts per second, right? So it will go up. So 2 into 10 to the power of 6 volt per second. Question is what? If you want, you can take the screenshot. Actually, a very easy question you can see here. Done. This is how we react to such questions. Let's solve this. Again, a very, very easy question. Please solve it fast. A parallel plate capacitor has 1 microfarad capacitance. One of its 2 plates is given plus 2 microcoulomb charge, and other plate is given plus 4 microcoulomb charge. The potential difference developed across the capacitor is. This is the question. See here. Normally, we have a mindset that the plates of the capacitor will contain equal and opposite charges. But that's not true. That's not true. That is valid only when you have connected the ends. There is some conducting what you call link that is available here. Then only that statement is valid. If you have some conducting link connected between the two plates, then only you will always have plus Q and a minus Q here. This is valid only in this case here. If we have two isolated what you call plates here like this, now you are free to put any charge, right, on the two plates. This is very much given in the book only, NCR textbook they have given this. Let's say here I put a charge, let's say I place here plus Q1, and on this I place here plus Q2. By the way, I mean plus Q1 as 4 microcoulomb, let's say, and Q2 I mean as plus 2 microcoulomb, like this. So you have plus like this, let's say. And here also you have plus like this. You know that this will create more field. So at this point, if I take any point here, at this point you will have one field this side. Due to this, that is what? Sigma, let's say this is plate number A, this is plate number B. Sigma A by 2 epsilon naught you will write here. And due to this, you will have a small what you call electric field come because the charge is less here. So you will have one more field here, this side. What is the value of this? Sigma B by 2 epsilon naught. What is the net electric field? Net electric field will be net electric field will be equals to what? Will be equals to sigma A by 2 epsilon naught minus of sigma B by 2 epsilon naught. So from here, I will let 1 by 2 epsilon naught outside. I'll get what? Sigma A minus sigma B. So from here, what is sigma? Charge by area, Q by A, right? So 1 by 2 epsilon naught you will let. Area is same for both the plates. It's given here. See, capacitance, parallel plate means to all the two plates are always equal in area, right? So you let here A. So we let what? QA by A minus of Q on B by plate area is A. So you can take this out. So we'll get here. We'll get 1 by 2 A epsilon naught. You will get here what? QA minus of QB. See, we got the electric field. Now the V formula is always given as what? Since V is always E into D. E into D. So we'll write here. We'll write here 1 by 2 A epsilon naught into what? D. Into what? QA minus of QB. Now what is epsilon naught A by D? Is nothing but if the vacuum, if you have air here in between, if you have air, what is the formula for C? C is always given as epsilon naught A by D. See, epsilon naught A, this is what is available here, right? So this is nothing but 1 QA minus of QB upon what? Upon you will have here 2C, this formula. So now you can just put the values at the end. See, it's a very standard result that should always keep in mind here. What is QA? QA is given as 4 microcoulomb. Here you have plus 2. So if you take the difference, you will get 2 microcoulomb. 2 into 10 to the power of minus 6 upon what? 2 into. What is C? C is 1 microfarad. 10 to the power of minus 6 will get cancelled. Answer is what? Answer is just 1 volt. Question is over. You can see a very elementary question here. You can't say that this you have not studied it. It's given in NCR textbook. You have studied this earlier also, right? Now if you just put sigma A as plus sigma, sigma B as minus sigma, you will get sigma by epsilon naught here. Okay, please give the answer for this question fast. One. Two answers are coming here. Two students have given the answer till now. Okay, 3. Okay, let's see the solution for this question. So they are talking about this charge on the plates of a capacitor as a function of time. So you have a capacitor here. Charge on the capacitor means what? Let's say here you have plus Q, here you have minus Q. The charge varies with respect to time. Charge is varying here. It's given the question. Okay. They're asking you what is the value of current. Okay, so you will have a current here. Current will enter from here, current will exit from here, right? So what is I? I is given as dq by dt. This is the formula for current. Right. And at what time they ask me? That asking at 4 seconds. So 4 seconds, dq by dt means slope of this line. Slope of this line is a parallel line. It's a line parallel to the x-axis. The slope is what? At 4 seconds, if you see the from the graph, this is 0. Answer will be 0. Question is over. You can take a screenshot here. As dq by dt at 4 seconds, you can see that the slope is what? Slope is parallel to the x-axis. Obviously, the answer is 0. There's nothing great in this, right? A very, very easy question. Let's solve this question. Again, a very, very elementary question here. Please solve it fast. Parallel plate capacitor with plates of area 1 meter square each are at a separation of 0.1 meter. If the electric field between the plates is 100 Newton per Coulomb, the magnitude of charge on each plate. A very, very easy question. I will solve it. There's nothing in this question. See. You have two plates here. On one plate, you will have a charge plus Q. On one plate, you will have a charge minus Q. The plate area, let's say, is A. A is the plate area. A is the plate area. And the separation between them, let's say, is D. So you know that the electric field that you will have will be this E. E is what? Sigma by epsilon naught. This is a formula. We have already derived this formula, right? Someone is giving the answer here. C. Okay, third option. This here. So E is what? Sigma by epsilon naught. So what is sigma? Sigma is just Q by A epsilon naught. Q by A epsilon naught. So what they're asking, magnitude charge, they're asking charge. So what is charge? What is the formula for charge then? Charge is always electric field multiplied by epsilon naught divided by A. So what is the electric field you have? Is given the question 100, no? So we write this 100, this value write as 100. Epsilon naught is 8.85. You should always know this. By the way, they have given the question 8.85, 10 to the power of minus 12. And the plate area is given as 1. It's an easy question here. 8.85, 10 to the power of minus 10 coulombs. If you want, you can take the screenshot here. It's a very, very elementary question, right? Okay, so let's see the next question. Please solve it. Again, a very, very easy question here. A parallel plate air capacitor has capacity C, that is capacitance is given to you. Distance of separation between the plates is D, and the potential difference is V applied between the plates of the Force of attraction between the plates of the capacitor is. C. Okay, let's solve this question. It's actually a very easy question. what you have here you have two plates. The potential difference between these two plates is given to be V, is given the question. C is the capacitance. So what is C? The charge is plus Q here, the charge is minus Q. C is what? Q upon V. So now if I see any, let's say charge here, let's say I take a charge, a small dq, obviously dq is negative here. So this will create a field here, radially outwards. How much field you will have here? Sigma by 2 epsilon naught. So what is the force? Q into, force is always charge multiplied electric field. Q E vector, right? So here Q is negative, so force will be, therefore force on this will be this side. That's the dF. So what is the value of dF you will get there? dF you will get as dq, whatever the value you have, multiplied by E. What is E here? Sigma by 2 epsilon naught. What is sigma here? Q by epsilon, right? So you will write here Q by 2a epsilon naught into will have dq. So total force with integration of this, like this you will have so many forces, right? All the forces will act. So add all in the same direction. So vector addition, just integration you can do here. So I believe what? This Q by 2a epsilon naught can be taken outside. Integration of dq. Integration of dq is what? This total capital Q will get. So what is the value of force you will get? You will get force equals to what? Q square by 2a epsilon naught. But they are asking you to write the answer in terms of these things. Okay, this is also given as what? Epsilon naught a by d, right? Epsilon naught a by d. So what we can do here, first of all, for epsilon naught a is not required. So I can use the value from here. What is epsilon naught a? Epsilon naught a is nothing but c into d. I'll write here. What will get here? I will get this q. Okay, first of all, q cv we can write here. C square into v square will get. Upon what will get here? I will get 2 times of a epsilon naught. What is epsilon naught? Epsilon naught is your a is your c into d. So I can write as c into d. So one c will cancel from here. What will get? I will get here cv square upon 2d. This is the answer. Same thing can be done for this also. It's very easy. See what I have done here. I have taken a small charge on this over this plate, that is dq. dq is negative. So the electric field due to this at this point is what? Sigma. Only due to a single plate, electric field is sigma by 2 epsilon. And what is the formula for force? Force is always charge into electric field. Whenever charge is negative, force and electric field will be anti-parallel. The force on this will use this side. Na? What is the value of this? You will have dq multiplied e. So e can sigma by 2 epsilon. This is sigma here. Sigma 2 epsilon. At the end we can add sigma is q by a here. Now total force you have taken only one dq. Like this you will have many infinite dq. If you add all the forces, integration of this q. So q square by 2 epsilon. But we have to write the answer in terms of v, c and v. So first of all, q is what? Q is always c into v. So I can have c square, v square. Now what is epsilon naught a? Epsilon naught a from here is c into d. One c will cancel. So this is the answer for the question. Very easy question. Please give the answer fast. अरे अभी तो पढ़ा भाई, जल्दी आंसर बताओ इसका. The electrostatic force between the metal plates of an isolated parallel plate capacitor C having a charge Q and area A is. अरे यार अभी तो जस्ट देखा आपने ना यार. What is the answer here? B. Actually, very easy question, yaar. Okay, let's see here. It's a very elementary sheet. I don't know why people are not coming for these classes. It's one of the most easiest sheet what I'm discussing with all of you. You all should solve these sheets here. This will help you like anything. Getting many answers here. Okay, so few people have given 1 and few people have given B, that is 2. Okay, so let's see the solution here. So what is the formula? Just now we have derived the formula. No? It's a very easy formula, right? This will create a field here. This will create the force. So what is field here? You will get sigma by, so you will get Q square by 2 epsilon. This is what we have seen. This is the formula for force, right? So what is given to you? the electrostatic force between the metal plates isolated. Okay, so what they are asking here, which of the independent of the distance between the plates, and then you have here by the way you can see here that second yeah. This is the expression that we have. So now we can see that in this case there is no dependence on d here. We are not getting d anywhere. You can see here. So independent of the distance, absolutely correct. Inversely proportional to distance, no, it does not depend upon distance. You can cut this. Proportional to the square root of the distance, no, it's cut. You can cut this. Linear for distance, you can cut this. Okay, you can see this is what you have there. So with the help of this formula, straight away you can write the answer. If you want, you can take the screenshot. It's as simple as this, right? Okay, let's solve the next question. And you can see I have organized all the questions in sequence. The moment you get one concept, you will see multiple questions based on same concept. You can see back to back, same questions. So that definitely you will understand that concept remains same, only few variations you will have. And these papers are actually easier. A parallel plate capacitor with plate area 200 centimeters square and separation between the plates is this, connected across a battery of with the force of attraction between the plates is this, the value of V. Very, very simple question here. What all things are given to you in this question here? Area is given as 200 centimeters square. So I can add 200 into what? 10 to the power of minus 4 meters square. That's it. This is the area that we have. This is the area that we have. The plate separation D is given as 1.5 centimeter. 1.5 centimeter. And is connected where battery is voltage V. Okay, so you're connecting this through a voltage difference of V from outside like this. V. But they have not given the value of V by the way. Okay, this is what you have. The force of attraction between the plates is this. Okay, the force is also given to you. Force is given as what? 25 into 10 to the power of minus 6 Newton. They're asking what is the voltage of, what is the value of this V. Right. So with this data, we have to get the value of V. So please hear. What is the formula for force? Just now we have derived. It is what? Q square by 2 times of A into epsilon. This is the formula, right? But then we have to get V here, right? So what do we write? Q equals to what? CB. Q equals to what? CV you have, no? Q equals C into V. C is what? Q upon V. So what is Q? Q is C into V. And what is C? Epsilon naught A by D. So we can always write Q equals to what? Therefore, in this formula, we can write Q equals to what? Epsilon naught A into V by D. Put these values here back. Because we have to get the data in terms of whatever is given to you. Right? So now we'll get here, we'll get epsilon naught square into A square into V square. Upon you will have what? Upon you will have D square. Multiplied by what you have from here? 2A epsilon naught. I will write here 2A epsilon naught. So what all things are cancelling out here? You can see here. You cancel this square with this. You cancel A with this. So what is remaining now? You are left with epsilon naught into A into V upon 2 times of D square. You will get this, right? So now just feed the values and you have to calculate V now. So what is the formula for V you will get then? V comes out to be force. I'm not telling you to by heart everything as one formula. There's only one formula. All these formulas we can transform as per the requirement of the question. So we are transforming it, right? As per the requirement. Q is not given. Whatever is given, whatever is asked, we are trying to convert everything in terms of that. So we'll get here F into.
Sir,
हाँ बोलो.
सर वो V square होगा ना? V square, this is a cancel.
Okay, it's V square. Sorry, it's V square. So force into you will get 2d square you will have here, and then divided by epsilon into a. All right. So we will root of that. Now let's put all the values here and try to solve this question. So what is force given to you in the question? Force is given as. Achha, by the way, approximately is written as. This what you can do some approximation also. So you have here 25 into 10 to the power of minus 6 into you have 2 into d square. What is d square here? 1.5 centimeter. No? So centimeter will convert to meter into 10 to the power of minus 2. The square you have here divided by where we have epsilon. Epsilon is what? 8.85 10 to the power of minus 12 into area. What is area here? This no. If you just convert here itself, we'll get what? 2 into 10 to the power of minus 2. So 2 into 10 to the power of minus 2. Now see here, this data is a very good data here. You can aram solve it very fast. See here how. By the way, 1 by 10 to the power 9. You can write 1 by 4 pi epsilon. You know the value. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. It's a perfect square. So I will remove the square from here, and this data I will write as what? 5. I can always do this. I will use some other color so that it will become more visible to all of you. You can see how easily we can solve this data. See, I'll cut this. I'm cutting this, so I'll get here this 5. This will give you 10 to the power of minus 3. This 2 and 2 will cancel. This I can approximately I can take 9. 9 means what? The root of that is 3. This I can add 3. This I can cut. The square will get cut from here, right? And this instead of 2, 1 you can cut. So what is remaining now? You can see what is remaining now. You are left with 5 into 10 to the power of minus 3 into what? Into you have here 1.5 into 10 to the power of minus 2 upon you are left with what? 3 into 10 to the power of minus 2. This is what you have. So this will also cancel from here. This will give you 0.5. So what will get from here? You will get here 5 into 5 by 10 to the power minus 3. 25 तो आ रहा है 10 to the power minus 3 का पंगा हो रहा है. अच्छा 8.85 10 to the power minus 12 is also there, so I will have 10 to the power 12 also here, right? This I'll get 10 to the 6. I'll get 10 to the 6. So I will have 10 to the power 6 also here. So that I missed it. So I will write it here. So क्या कट हो रहा था यहाँ पे? चलो हटाओ सब. फिर से लिख देता हूँ मैं. So what you're left with now? I will just write all the values here. I have 1 5 10 to the power of minus 3 in the numerator. Then I have 1.5 10 to the power of minus 2 10 to the power of 6 upon you will get 3 into 10 to the power of minus 2. These two you can cancel. This is your 0.5. So what will get here now? 5 into 5 by 10 minus 3. So this will become 10 to the power of 3, become 10 to the power of 2, 25. 10 to the 2 should be 1 here. Then only will get the answer. So कुछ गलत फिर हो गया क्या? Minus 3 minus 3. So become plus 3. And then plus 3 कुछ point का और देख लेना है because I'm getting 250 around, so this is the answer by the way. You can always see this. Okay, 250 is the answer for the question. Remember that approximately you can write this, right? 8.85 approximately 9. 9 root is what? 3. I will remove the square. I'm writing root. So root I'm writing like this. Okay, you can take the screenshot. Please solve this question. Now, this question, and then one more question, we will have this question. They're exactly same question here. So I'll teach something unique here. First of all, try solving on your own. So 14, then 16, they repeat questions there. That's why this is very, very important. And you learn a lot. I'm not involving integration here, calculus, no, it's a very basic. That's why I'm writing NCRT. None of you can say that I have not discussed any concept which I am using here. No, I have discussed every concept here. Three capacitors, each of 3 microfarad are provided, which cannot be a question. Fourth option. Okay, one answer is coming as fourth. You all can try it. 3 capacitors, each of 3 microfarad can be provided. This cannot be. I'll suggest all of you always keep a small theory. Okay, third option. Okay, let's see here. Whenever you have 3 capacitors, what you can do? What are the possible combinations you have here? Either you can join them in series like this. Possibility number 1. Second possibility, you can join them in parallel like this. Same questions can be asked with respect to what resistors also here. Second possibility. Third possibility that you have is what? Third possibility that you have here is connect 2 in series and then connect a parallel to this. This is what you have. And the fourth possibility that you have is connect 2 in parallel like this and then connect. So with three capacitors, these are only 4 possibilities that you can do here. See, identical by the way. These are the only 4 possibilities that you can have. Okay. Same thing you can have with resistors also, right? So let's see how we will have the cases here. See. This C. So equivalent C equivalent in this case will be C equivalent will be your C by 3. Right. This case C equivalent will be 3C. In this case equivalent will be what? This will give you C by 2 and C parallel. So C equivalent will be what? C equivalent will be your C by 2 plus C. So C by 2 plus C. We'll get here. You will get here 3C by 2. 3C by 2. The last possibility is what? C equivalent. You will get 2C. So 2C into C by 3C. So we'll get it 2 by 3C. That's it. Now check one by one. What is C given the question? In this question, C value is given as what? C value is given as 3 microfarad. There is 3 only, I'll keep in mind. So first is what? 1 I can get. 1 is possible. 9 is possible. 3C by 2. So 3 into 3, 9 by 2. 4.5 is also. 3 into 3, sorry. 3 into 9 by 2. 4.5 is also possible. 4.5 is also possible. 2 by 3C. So 2 by 3 means what? You multiply by 3, 2 is possible. So which is not possible here? 1 is possible. 2 is possible. 4.5 is also possible. 6 is not possible. So what is the answer? 6 microfarad is the answer for the question. Right? Very, very easy. You want, you can take the screenshot fast. Okay, let's solve the next question. Solve this now, fast. Jaldi solve karo isko. Each one of you can give the answer for this question. Each one of you. You can solve on your own and you give the answer. सब पहले आंसर दो, सब दो इसका आंसर, जितने जरा सभी का आंसर आना चाहिए, सब के सब आंसर बताओ इसका क्या लिखा हुआ है, इसमें तो कुछ करना ही नहीं है इस क्वेश्चन में. यू ऑल सॉल्व एंड गिव द आंसर, तब मैं देखूंगा. क्या भाई क्या चल रहा है यार, 1 2 3 4 लोगों ने दिया अभी तक, बस क्या मजाक है भाई. चलो देखो, इस गिवन एज 4 ना, यू वांट 6, 4 by 3, you will not take this because you want 6 na. You will get 3 into 4, 12. This you also will not take. 3 into 4 by 2. Yes, 3 into 4 by 2 is correct. 3 into 4 by 2, you are getting 6. This is correct. So what you can see, 2 series, 1 parallel. 2 series, 1 in parallel. Question is over. Right? So जल्दी करो, देखो. स्क्रीनशॉट ले लो यार. इसमें कुछ भी नहीं है यार. Such a easy question. Won't take a screenshot. Yes, सबको आना था इसका आंसर यार. You all should have got the answer for this question. It's actually easy question. Okay, let's solve this question. Okay, please hear. A combination of capacitors is set up as shown in the figure. The magnitude of the electric field due to a point charge Q having charge. Okay, so let's say you have to calculate the charge on this and charge on 9. Okay, so let's say charge here is Q1 and the charge here is what, Q2. You have to calculate Q1 plus Q2. So what is Q you have to consider? Q is nothing but Q1 plus Q2 you have to consider. And for this charge, let's say this is the point charge Q you have. This is the point charge Q you have here. For this point charge Q now, let's say plus Q, at a distance of 30 meter from it. At a distance of 30 meter from it. 30 meter. You have to find the value of E. This is the question. So first of all, you have to solve. Now understand one thing. You should always remember how to get voltage division. Voltage division. Voltage to solve it fast. By the way, without knowing this also you can solve it fast. But then this will increase the speed like anything else. Voltage division. By such question they keep asking in board papers. You can always cross verify with the board papers of CBC. Not this year. Last year also they have asked such questions in boards. Voltage division in series. How you get this? See. Let's say if I have two capacitors connected in series like this. And I have supplied a voltage V. So here you get some voltage V1 and here you get some voltage V2. Right? So how you get V1? V1 is always given as V multiplied by C1 divided by C1 plus C2. And how you get ulta ho gaya, sorry, C2. Sorry, this will be C2, not C1. This will be C2. C2 And what is V2? V will be V into C1 by C1 plus C2. This is the formula. And you can derive this very easily, right? C, you know this. I'm not doing the derivation. C, what is C? C is Q by V, right? Q by V. So Q is same. So C1 V1 will be equals to what? C2 V2. So what you can add? V1 by C2 equals to what? You'll get V2 by C1. This can be written as what? V1 plus V2 by what? C1 plus C2. What is V1 plus V2? V. So equate first and second, and this and then you will get the result. These results can be derived very easily here. Should always keep these results in mind for fast calculation. At a very lightning speed, you can solve the questions if you know these small concepts. These concepts are intact in your mind. Second, you should always know division of charge in parallel combination. If a charge Q is given to the circuit, let us C1, C2 is there. So you get some charge here. Let's say here you have plus Q1 and here you have minus Q1. Then here you have plus Q2 and here you have minus Q2. So how we write Q1? What is the formula for Q1? Q1 is always given as Q into C1 by C1 plus C2. And Q2 is what? Q2 is your Q into C2 divided C1 plus C2. Exactly ulta you do in case of resistors there. Okay. This formula should always keep in mind. What I'm telling you should just remember one either for resistor or for capacitor. And this invert the formula. Like I will tell you, see what happens now. In a resistor, when you have two resistors there, let's say here you have R1 and here you have R2. And if you give a current I from here, this current comes out here, right? So what will happen? You will have a division of current here. Here you will get some current I1 and here you will get some current I2. So what we know here, this I1 is given as incoming current I multiply opposite resistor R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So what is the formula for I2? Incoming current multiplied by R1 divided by R1 plus R2. This is what you have. So this thing you do in series here. You can see series. What is V here? V multiplied C2 by C1 plus C2. So the ulta you do. Similarly, if we have, let's say, two resistors in series, you have R1, you have R2. Here the voltage is V1, here the voltage is V2. And here you have supplied a formula V. So what you do here in, what you get here is, if I ask you what is the value of this voltage here. So V1 is given as V multiplied by R1 plus R2. And what is V2 here? V2 is given as V into R2 here by R1 plus R2. Now this formula you apply for what? You apply for parallel here. If you want, you can take the screenshot. This here. You should always remember this formula. This formula should be there in the mind all the time. Like voltage division and charge division. In case of resistor, voltage division and current division. That's it. Now this formula, what you're applying is for parallel. So this will be applicable for series. Here you are applying for series. That's will be valid for parallel. That's it. Over. Just need to practice it. Kindly close it, and you will be able to revise these formulas very fast here. Now, if you know these formulas, your speed will increase like anything here. At a very lightning speed, you will be able to solve these questions. But let's say if you not know this formula, then nothing. I will solve. If you want, I will solve this question without considering. Then we have to just derive all the things. Means we have to solve for all those steps. A new resistor at this moment is not required. Okay, so now let's see this. So let's solve this question. Okay, see here now. Now these two are in series. This is a parallel. So this will become what? This will become. So what you have here? You have 4, and here you have 12. 12. So how much voltage you will have? V. I can write V1, and how much voltage you will get here? See, what supply voltage you have? Supply voltage is your. You can see supply voltage is your 8. So how much you will have here? 8 into 12 by what? 16. Right, 8 into 12 by 16. So what will happen? This will 2. So you'll get 6 volts here. You'll get 6 volts. Obviously, you should get 2 volts. You can cross verify also by the way. 8 into 4 by what? 16. So 4 you'll get 2 volts. So you know 2 volts. What is C? What is Q? C into V. C into V. So what is charge you will get here? What is the voltage? 6 now. So this will be 24 microcoulomb you will get here. And what is charge? What is the charge here? V is 2 volt. Both are parallel. 2. It will be 18 microcoulomb. If you add both, 42 microcoulomb. Therefore this Q comes out to be 42 microcoulomb. Therefore Q comes out to be 42 microcoulomb. They have asked you the electric field at distance of 30 meter, right? So what is the formula? 1 by 4 pi epsilon 9 to 10 to the power of 9 kq. Q is what? 42 10 to the power of minus 6 kq by r square. What is r square? 30 into 30. 9 can be cancelled from here, right? 10 to the power 9 you have. With this 2 zeros, it will become 10 to the power of 7. With this, it will become only 10. So 420 is the answer for the question. Over. You can solve the question with the speed, yeah. With this speed, you can solve the question. You can see how fast you can solve the questions. If you know this small basic should put formulas, right? And you can enjoy physics like anything. Big question mark. Enjoy physics. It's a very big question mark here. This I said, no, I don't know why I said that. Enjoy physics. This is a question mark. Big question mark. Pass physics. A score 90-95 in boards. This is like, wow. This is like, oh my God. What is happening? What is happening? Enjoy physics. Oh, this is like very hectic, what you call term I have used. I'm really sorry for this. Sir. But you should definitely enjoy it, because after studying like this, you should start falling in love with physics. Sir. If I should enjoy chemistry equally, maths equally, biology if you're practicing. Okay, so let's solve few more what you call questions here. Yeah. Now before I proceed, let's solve this question first. Very, very easy question. You all can solve it at a very high speed. Solve this question. In the figure shown below, the charge on the left plate of 10 microfarad capacitor is minus 30 microcoulomb. The charge on the right plate of 6 microfarad is what? A very, very basic should-put question. Please solve it fast. एक मिनट ज्यादा लगेगा ना तो फिर मैं बना दूंगा. मैं किसी को आंसर फिर मत देना. If you're taking more than 1 minute, I'll tell you the time. Time starts now. देखता हूँ कितने लोग करते हैं. Just 1 minute. I will give you 1 minute 60 seconds. सेकंड लाइव भी क्वेश्चन नहीं है. दो लोगों ने दिया 3 4 D. Okay, I'll solve the question for all of you. See here. What is given? You know the meaning left, right? This is basically right. This is your left. This is your right. This is your left. Right. What they're asking here? In the joining figure, the left plate of 10. Left plate means here. Left plate. This is given as minus 30 microcoulomb. If it is minus 30, it means what? There you will have plus 30. Now, when you get plus 30 microcoulomb, it is basically due to the drift of electrons. No? So the second, what is given here in the figure? So charge on the left plate. Left plate is minus 30 microcoulomb. The charge on the right plate of 6. Okay, right. Okay. So when you get plus means what? Plus means what? Actually, you will get minus here. Why? Because you get plus because the electron have drifted from this side to this side. That's the meaning of minus. That's the meaning of minus. So now you have minus 30 microcoulomb that you have distributed on these two plates. So first of all, here the charge will be positive. So straight away you can rule out what these two options, because you need positive there, right? This so without solving also you can rule out option number 1 and 3. Again, I'll repeat in case if you're not following, please here I will go through no issues because you will learn something very unique here. See, what is given to you? This side charge is given as what? Minus 30 microcoulomb. This is a part of circuit. So this will definitely have plus 30 micro. Now we can see here that this entire thing is one conductor. This entire thing is one conductor. So, or if on one side of a conductor you are getting negative charge, so positive charge, it is possible only when the electrons have drifted from here to here. On the other side, you will have negative charge here, and here also you will have negative charge. Therefore, automatically you will get plus and plus here. And they have asked you this charge equals to what? Obviously, it will be positive, right? What will happen? These two options you can rule out here, like this. Okay. Now it's very simple. 30 coulomb you have distributed in these two, right? 30 coulomb. So how much charge you will get here on this 30? It's a parallel division. A parallel. So what will here? Charge on this will be equals to what? 30 multiplied by parallel. Na? So I told you multiply the same 6 divided what? Addition of these two. What is the addition of these two? 10. We'll get what? 18. Right? 18 microcoulomb is the answer of the question. Let's cross verify the answer. Yeah, 18 over. Question is over. You won't even take the screenshot. If anyone is having doubt in this question, you can ask. You know that if you have a conductor and one face is getting what? Positive charge. It is possible only when the electrons have drifted from here to here. The other face will get negative. So here you will have negative, negative. Therefore, this is positive, positive. So whatever charge, the polarity will be like this. Charge 30 you are distributing on these two now. So how much charge you will have? 30 into 6 same by C1 plus C. This is what I have used here. This is what I have used here. So after getting 18 means what? Minus 18 plus 18. So plus 18 is the answer for the question. This is such an easy question, yeah. Such an easy question. Okay, now we'll solve some series parallel combination questions, sir. Okay, let's solve this basic question first. Fast. A very, very easy, basic, elementary question. Please solve it fast. Figure show charge Q versus voltage for series and parallel, but they have not told you which is series, which is parallel. The capacitors are. For two capacitors, they're asking what are the values of those two C's. It's an easy question, yeah. Trust me, it's a very, very basic question. Just wait for like 15-20 days more. Then we'll see the actual meaning of JE, what you call question set. It's also JE by the way, but they are like easy. I told you, out of 10 questions, 7 questions will be like this. 3 questions, 2 or 3 questions will be of that category. Okay. This one you can solve by solving just NCRT, and you can prepare for school examination and you can solve these questions. But for other like 3 questions, yes, that for that like you need a lot of maths. So I'll discuss those things. And NEET and all this halwa, it's like free examination. If you're recently studying for boards, NEET and all, you don't need to go anywhere. You can start studying at your home and then you can crack. One option is coming here. एक आंसर आ रहा है 1. चलो सबको allow इसका यार. You all can get the answer really fast. It's actually easy question यार. Okay, let's solve this question. I will solve this question for all of you. See here. एक और कोई आंसर है, 2-3 आंसर है. Okay, all are giving 1. चलो ठीक है, done. I'll solve for you now. See here. Please here. You know one thing very clearly that in case of, let's say, if I connect two capacitors C and C in series, so C equivalent is what? C equivalent is C by 2. C by 2 is less than C, na? Means what? Equivalent becomes less than the least in the combination in case of series. But this is ulta in parallel, right? In case of resistors, sorry, resistors equivalent will become greater than the max, greatest in the combination. And in parallel, what is parallel? 2C is greater than C. So in series combination, the equivalent will decrease. In parallel, equivalent will increase. This is the concept, right? So for A, if I ask you what is the C equivalent, you will get. What is this? C equals to Q by V, na? So Q is given to you, V is given to you. C equals to Q by V. So 500 divided by, you will get here 10. So it will be 50. It will be what? 50 microfarad. And for this, what is C equivalent? C equivalent will be your C. That is your 80. 80 divided by 10. So you'll get 8 microfarad. That's it. Now you can see out of these two, which is greater? 8 is greater. 8 is greater than this. No? 8 to bada hai. It means what? This is parallel. This is basically parallel. This is your parallel combination. So this is your parallel combination. Because it's more, no? And this is your series combination. Like this. It is your parallel, is your series. So parallel, you know the formula. What is parallel now? It is basically C1 plus C2 is given as what? C1 plus C2 is given as 50 microfarad. And then second is what? So this, no. So here you will have C1 into C2 by C1 plus C2. This is given as what? This is given as 8. So C1 plus C2 you can put from here. So we'll get, you will get here C1 into C2 equals to, if you put here this 50, you will get here what? 400. You will get a 400 microfarad, right? So you have to solve this. One way is like you can solve by solving the quadratic. You can put, or you can just check the option, right, which is giving this. You can see here that in this case, if I use this list, the first 40 and 10, if I add, definitely I'll get what? 50. 50. So this is ruled out. This is also ruled out. These two, like you can check. This is this, because C1 plus C2 should be 50 now, and C1 C2 is 400. Straight away, this is the answer for the question. All right. So option number 1. If you want, we can take the screenshot here. A very easy question. See, yeah? A very, very easy question. It's a very good question. I'll discuss this at the last. It's a good question. Now 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 4 questions on normal series parallel wheels. 5. So this is over now. Sir. This is over. So 4 questions now on normal series parallel combination we are going to solve now. Okay. So let's solve it. By this question, if we are solving, we should not solve this question because both are almost similar question. We solve only one of them. So let's solve first this. So solve group fast. Question is the equivalent capacitance between A and B. Is the answer आ रहा है क्या? No. Please, it's a very easy question. Very, very easy question. The equivalent capacitance between A and B in the circuit given below is. No, yes, this much time should not take. Like actually easy question. Okay, so in case you have missed the concept, I'll just explain you. See how to figure out series and parallel. I'm writing this, I'm indicating red. Red means what? All these will have same potential. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 capacitors are going to have, one of the plates will have same potential. Right? I can write the potential name as what? Let's say dot. I'm putting dots like this. They have one type of potential. Next, if you see from here, if you see here, so whatever the potential you have here, same potential you will have here, same potential you will have here, same potential here, same potential here. And then if you see this here, so what you can see that these three, this one, this one, this one, they are in parallel, and these two are again in parallel. So you can redraw this, and you can redraw, and you can write what? You can write like this. You can write here 6, 1, 6, and then these three are in parallel. That is 5, one more 5, and then 1, 2, like this. Then after this thing is connected in what? 2 parallel again. That is your 4, and then 2. That's it. Now it's just a number. You have here 5, 5, 2. You cross this, and you can write here what? 12. This is 12. This is what? 6. The 6 and 6 will give you 3. 3 and 12. 3 into 12 by what? 15. Right? You'll get here 5. So 2.4 microfarad. Question is over. It's as simple as this. Yeah. Should not take this much time the way you're taking it. 2 minutes में बनता है सब क्वेश्चन का आंसर. I just checked like who all have given the same answer. किसी ने नहीं दिया था. 5/12 एक आया था. Okay, no issues. This is a very easy question. किसी और ने दिया था क्या? और किसी ने दिया था इसका आंसर? No one has given the answer to this question. Okay, no issues. Actually, easy question. You can see how to figure out. I've explained in a very nice manner. This colors, right? Red, blue, and green. Then you can easily understand this, right? So let's see the next. This is already over, right? चलो इसको बनाओ जल्दी सबको. ये सबका आंसर आना चाहिए. जल्दी बनाओ. तो ओरल क्वेश्चन. You don't have to lift your hand. आपको उठाना नहीं. देख के आंसर बोलो इसका तो. देख के बोल भाई इसका आंसर. अंजलि ए बोल रही है. अंजलि करेंगे. इसमें हाथ भी नहीं उठाना है, तुम्हें आंसर बोलना है. ऐसा क्वेश्चन अभी बनाया हम लोग. 3. Levi is telling 3. चलो यार अब 3 सामने अभी थी. चलो अब ज्यादा बेइज्जती नहीं कराते हम लोग. ठीक है ना? ज्यादा बेइज्जती नहीं होना चाहिए. जब ज्यादा बेइज्जती नहीं बंद करते हम लोग. देखो, this is nothing but 6. So what is the voltage you will get on this 10? You have to divide now. What is the voltage you will get here? 10 multiplied by 4 divided by 10. 4 plus 6 is 10 only, na? So yeah. So no, ulta kar de. Sorry, ulta. 6. You will have 6 here. Sorry. The second one. Ulta hota na. See. So how much voltage you will have here? What you will write here? V here will be 10 multiplied by 6 divided by 10. It will get cancelled, and 6 into 4. 24 is the answer for the question. क्या था भाई इस क्वेश्चन में? Right now, just now I taught you, right, how to calculate the voltage division between C1 C2. If you have C1 C2, this voltage is V. So how much voltage you will have here? V is what? Let's say V1. V multiplied by C2 by C1 plus C2. And how much you will have here? V2. V multiplied by C1 divided by C1 plus C2. So these two are series like parallel. So 6 is there and 4 is there. You have to divide how much voltage you will have here? 10 into 6 by this. So you will get 6. Voltage 6. Then what is charge? QB. Question is over. कितने लोगों ने सही बोला इसका आंसर? देखो जरा. एक ने, ध्यान ने एक ने बस सही दिया इसका आंसर, बस एक ने। इतना आसान सा क्वेश्चन था यार, आप इसको भी गलत कर रहे हो। अभी पढ़ाया। व्हाट इज ग्रेट इन दिस क्वेश्चन है? Okay, so I see this question and this question are almost similar. So I will solve just one question. I'll not solve both. Other you can try on your own. Okay. So I'll just discuss this question with all of you. Let's solve this question. एक आंसर आ रहा है, निशा का ही आ रहा है। चलो सबको जल्दी सॉल्व करो इसको। इट्स एक्चुअली इजी क्वेश्चन है, यू ऑल कैन गेट इट फास्ट। इतना समय तो कोई मतलब ही नहीं बनता है तो खर्च करने का। दिस इज योर 4। एक और आंसर आ रहा है, अंजलि का आ रहा है। चलो 2 लोगों का ही आ चुका है। ओके चलो, दिस यू कैन राइट एज व्हाट 4, दिस इज 4। और ये दोनों कितना, दिस विल बिकम व्हाट, दिस यू कैन राइट एज व्हाट 1। Again 1 and 1 you can cross, you can write 2. Again this 2 and 2 you can cross, you can write 1. This 4 and 6, 4 and 6 series na, so 4 into 2, why what you will write, around 6, so 4 by this you can write 4 by 3. So 4 by 3 plus 1 parallel, so 4 by 3 and 1 will be in parallel, so 4 by 3 plus 1 you will have. How much you will get here? You will get 7 by 3, 7 by 1, 7 by 3 and 1 in series, 7 by 3 into C by 7 by 3 plus C. This is actually given as what in the question as 0.5. 0.5 बोले तो half. You cross multiply. So you will get 14C by 3 equals to what? 7 by 3 plus C. Subtract कर लो. So 14 by 3 minus 1 into what? C equals to what? 7 by 3. So you will get 11 by 3 C equals to what? 7 by 3. 3 will cancel. So what is C? C is 7 by 11. It's as simple as this here. It's like playing in the circuit here within no time. Okay, I'll go slow. Let's see if we thought that I went really fast. Na? Slow जाता हूँ देखो. These two are in parallel, C1 plus C2. That's why now this entire thing is gone. You have only one line here, one capacitor. You have 4 here. Done. These two are in series, 4 and 4, 2 and 4. 2 into 4 by 6. So 2 by 3 you will get here. This is like, this line is 4 by 3. This line is 4 by 3. Okay, so between this and this, now you have a single 4 by 3. These two are series, half 1. Again 1 and 1 parallel, so 2. 2 and 2 series, 1. This 1 and this are in series, so 4 by 3 into 1 by 4 by 3 plus 1. So 4 by 3 into 7 by 3, so you will get 4 by 7. And then again in series, apply and equate that to 1. Given the half is given the question, you will get the answer. Similar question is here. I'm not solving this. I'm not. This, after the class, you can always solve all your own. Almost similar question you have. Okay. All the data are different. Otherwise, everything is same. And they have slightly like changed the values here. Okay. So, okay. I'm not discussing this. Now let's solve this very good question here. Not difficult, but it's a good question. So let's solve this question. I think this is the last in this category. Yeah. After this, we'll go to dielectrics. Last part of this chapter. You can see a very good what you call set of what you call questions you have here. You can revise the entire chapters. All chapters can be revised with these sheets here. Entire chapter can be revised with these questions effectively. Please solve this question. It's a very good question. It looks very weird because there's so much multiple literature written here. It's actually easy. effective capacitance of parallel combination of two capacitors is given as this when this capacitor individual. Oh, this is an easy question. Yeah. Please solve this. It's actually easy. I thought it's a difficult question. It's actually easy question. Oh, I have not taken a good question into the sheet. Yeah. Okay, no issues. I missed that question. Chalo, koi nahi. I'll discuss that in J then. Okay, answer आ रहा है. So answer is here A 1.6. Okay. बहुत लोगों का A किसी का 1.6 बोले तो सबने A बोला है. Okay. 3 students have given the answer till now and all have given A. So we'll solve this. You all can try. Yeah? There's nothing in this question. Okay, let's see this question. Effective capacitance of parallel combination of two. Parallel combination C1 plus C2. C1 plus C2 is already given to you in the question. First information is itself is what? C1 plus C2 is given as 10 microfarad. Okay, ठीक है. माइक्रो क्या लिखना सबको माइक्रो में आ रहा है तो there is no need of writing this micro. Okay, हम लोग माइक्रो नहीं लिखेंगे. 10 बोलेंगे, ठीक है ना? We keep in mind that 10 microfarad will be in 10. Okay. Next, when these are individually connected to voltage source 1, the energy stored in C2 is 4 times. Okay, energy stored U in C2 is what? 4 times of energy stored in C1. We can use half CV square, right? So half times of what you can C2. C2 into what? Connected to 1. Okay, both are connected to 1 volt only. So I will write 1 square equals to what? 4 into half CV square means what? C1 into again 1 square. So we'll get from half will cancel. 1 square ऐसे भी cancel हो गया. C2 is what? C2 is basically 4 times of C1. You got equation number 2. So you got two very basic equations, right? So you can place this here. Well, I'll get 5C1 equals to what? 10. So C1 is what? C1 is 2. I got 2. If C1 is 2, C2 is what? C2 is 8. Now they're telling you that they're connected in series. It means what? 2 into 8 by what? 10. So you'll get what? 16 by 10. So 1.6 microfarad is the answer of the question. If you want, you can take the screenshot. It's a very, very easy question. You can see. ठीक है, चलो नेक्स्ट चलते हैं. So all done here ना, इधर हो गया, चलो ठीक है. Now we will enter into the last portion of this capsule, that is your dielectrics. Now we'll solve questions of dielectrics. See, we'll start from here. All are dielectrics questions. See, how many questions I have taken here? I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 questions. All are really easy. So let's solve it. Let's start solving the question. First of all, let's solve this question. Okay, so let's solve this question. This covers, this gives a comprehensive what you call coverage of all the things. You can solve both the questions simultaneously if you want. I just taken here. Start solving. Take your time. Don't be in a hurry. आराम से लिखो. दोनों को solve करो एक साथ. Okay, so we are getting some options here. Second is third, D and C, B and 3. Okay, so we are getting like for second, or most of you are giving the answers 3, option number 3. Okay, चलो ठीक है, start करते हैं. Let's discuss this question. Okay, please here. The second. Okay, see here. So there are two types of decision that you have in case of dielectric. One, when the battery remains connected and you insert dielectric, and second case is what, when you remove the battery and then you can insert the dielectric. Okay, see. So I'll discuss both the quizzes again here quickly for all of you, so that you can make a note also. From next time, you can keep this as standard results. I'll just revise it for all of you in a second. Okay, please here. See, you have two cases here. Let's say you have a capacitor here. Let's say you have a capacitor here, capacitor. And then you're charging this with a battery. Battery voltage, let's say voltage is V. This is C. So what are the basic formulas that you know about this? First of all, you will have a charge plus Q here, and the charge will be minus Q. So you have C equals to what? Q by B, first formula. Therefore, what Q equals C. Second formula, C is what? C is your epsilon naught A by D. I write C naught here, I write C naught here. C naught is what? It's epsilon naught A by D. So what is Q? Q is CV. What is electric field between the plates? Electric field is given as so what is V from here? V is Q by C. V is Q by C. The electric field is what? Sigma by epsilon naught. This is what? Q by A epsilon naught. This is the formula that we have here. Energy stored is what? Half CV square. Force between the two plates is given as what? Q square by 2A epsilon naught. Right. So all these formulas are like standard formulas which you should always keep in mind as far as a capacitor and this battery is concerned, for the circuit is concerned. Right? So for this circuit, these basic concepts always keep in mind. आपको ये basic concept आना ही चाहिए. This is the basic that you should always keep in mind. I'll just write it here again. This is what you have. Right? Now, there are two possibilities that you have, two extremes you have. Case 1 and then case 2. In case 1, what we do, we remove battery is disconnected. Battery is disconnected. Battery is disconnected. Battery is disconnected. And by the way, you know this, na? You know the basic of dielectric. What is the concept of dielectric? Let's see here. Let's see you have a region here where the electric field is. You have dielectric here, a dielectric constant K, and you put this into electric field. Let's say E naught is the electric field. So what happens? Now the electric field inside dielectric is E. Let's say so E value is always given as what? E vector is given as E naught vector by K. This is the basic what you call thing that happens. Why? Because all the dipoles will get aligned, and then I'm not discussing those things. But this is what you should always keep in mind. The electric field gets reduced by the factor K. K is called electric constant of the material there. This is what you should always keep in mind. Now, here battery is disconnected, and in this case, battery remains connected. Battery remains connected. So we are considering two cases here. Battery is disconnected and battery remains connected. So immediately after the class, I'll send you one question. After solving all this, now, a very famous question which is asked in your board papers again and again. They have asked this like multiple times in your board papers. So immediately after the class, I'll send you that question of this this category. Here. Okay, so let's see here. So now battery is disconnected. So there is no battery here. Battery you have removed, and then you fill this space. Fill this entire space with a dielectric. You fill this space with a dielectric. So let's see what we have here. You fill this entire space. And what you have here? The battery remains connected. Battery is not removed from circuit. Battery is still there. And then you fill the space. This dielectric constant K is also K. So we will discuss these parameters, how these parameters will get affected. Okay, a very, very common what you call scenario here. Okay, so let's see. First thing, if battery is disconnected, so what will happen? Your Q will be constant. Q will be constant. Here, V will be constant. Here Q will be constant, here V will be constant. Now, electric field, so this plus Q and this minus Q is not going to get changed, as simple as that. Okay. So we'll see what is the effect on V. So what is V? V is always given as electric field multiplied by D. But we know that electric field is going to decrease by a factor of K. This is the effect that you will have because this. What will happen? Since this E becomes what? E by K now. E by K now. So what will happen? You can see from here that if E becomes E by K, then definitely your V will also become what? V by K. So potential will decrease by a factor of K. Charge will remain constant, but potential will decrease by a factor of K. In this case, V is constant. But then what will happen here? Electric, so V is constant. What is V formula? V is E into D. E into D. So E should not change. Therefore, E should not change. E should not change. E should not change. But E, because dielectric E will decrease by a factor of K. But how E will not change? What is the formula for this? This is what? What is E here? E is always Q by sigma by epsilon naught, sigma by epsilon naught. So Q by A epsilon naught into K. No? So if I increase Q by a factor of K, what will happen? K and K will get, so therefore for this, what will happen? Now your Q will increase by a factor of K. Now new Q will be what? K times of Q. This is very, very important. The first thing you should always keep in mind. In this case, you have V is constant. What is V? V is E into D. V is constant, D is constant, but E is going to decrease because of the dielectric effect, right? But we don't want that to happen. Then only V will be constant. What is V here? What is What is E? E is Q by A epsilon naught into K. So dividing by K. So if I increase Q by K, what will happen? Then E will remain same. Then this equation will roll true. So Q becomes to KQ. Who will supply the extra charge? This battery is going to supply the extra charge. As simple as this. The first thing is, you should always keep this in mind here. Capacitance in both the cases therefore will increase. What is C? C is given by charge divided by the new potential. This I will call as V prime. So what are you getting? You are getting Q by V into K. So what is this? K times C naught. K times C naught means what? K into epsilon naught A by D you will have it. In this case, what is C then? C is Q by V. I will say Q. This is then Q prime. Q prime is K. I will write this as Q prime now. New charge is Q prime. C equals to what? C equals to you have here Q prime by V. What is Q prime? Q prime is your K into Q by V. This is what? K into C naught. So K into epsilon naught A by D. So in both the cases, your capacitance increases by a factor of K. That is there. Capacitance will definitely increase by a factor of K. Now coming to other parameters. This is checked. This is checked. This is checked. U. What is energy here? Half CV square. Or you have Q square by 2C also, right? Q square by 2C or half Q into V. We can use any which we, let's say I use this. I can't use this C and V because both are variable, right? So let's say I will use Q. Q remains constant. So V is decreasing by a factor of K. So what will happen? Therefore U. Now U prime will be what? U prime will be also U by K. Here what will happen? Your Q is increasing, right? V is constant here. V is constant here. And Q is increasing by a factor of K. So what will happen? Now your energy U prime will be what? U prime will be K times of U. It will increase. So V times of K, U times of K means what? Q square by 2C you had earlier, let's say. So we can use any formula by the way. So Q square by, let's say, 2C you had it, and then K will come here. This is your now new K, new U prime. Coming to force. Force depends upon charge. So what will happen? Force will remain same. Force will remain same. It is not going to change in this case. This is what will happen. Force will become what? K square, no? K square times of F. This is what you have. You want to take this screenshot for this. It's a very, very important concept here. You can see it should they keep revising these concepts. Okay? Done? So revise कर लेना बहुत important है, very very important. Okay, now let's solve the question. Now the question becomes very easy if you have a revised theory like this. The question becomes very very easy. There is nothing in the questions. Okay, so let's see this question. What is given to you in this question? A parallel plate air capacitor of capacitance C is connected to a cell of EMF V and then disconnected from it. Okay, a dielectric slab of constant K is inside the capacitor. Which of the following is incorrect? So incorrect तो directly तो वहाँ सही हो गया ना. Incorrect is what? B is incorrect. Why? Because charge is conserved ना. पहले लिखा हम लोग को charge is constant. Q remains constant in this case. So straight away got the answer for the question. Other things you can see. The change in energy, obviously, no. Earlier, now the energy is what? This, no. Now earlier the energy was half CV square. Now the energy is what? Energy is your half CV square by K. So what is change? You can take difference here. If half CV square will come outside, you will get 1 by K minus 1. This is absolutely correct. The potential difference decreases by K times. Yes. V becomes V by K. The energy stored increases but decreases by K times. Yes, by K times. Everything is, you got the answer for the question. So like this, you can solve the question here. At this speed, you can solve the question if you have all this concept in your mind. If you want, you can take the screenshot for this. It's very, very easy here. You just see, just try to relate with this what you call data. That's it. You can see how easily you can solve the question. It's as simple as this. Okay, let's do the next one. Now this question. a very easy and fundamental question. But the question that they have asked here is based on only this, so I'll just remove this part. Okay, yeah. Now let's solve this question, sir. We'll get more space here. Okay. So you have two dielectrics here, this and this. So, and it's given that K2 is, so electric field here what will happen? Electric field will be E naught, it will not change. Here, what is the electric field you will get? E naught by K1. Here the electric field, here the electric field will be what? Here the electric field will be E naught. Again, here electric field will be E naught by K2. The electric field will be what? Again, E naught. K2 is given, this will decrease more, no? See, constant, this is your E naught. Again, E naught. Again, E naught. E naught by K1, E naught by K2. This is the answer of the question. Right? Over. Question is over. You want me to take the screenshot? Okay. It's actually a very easy question you can see here. Very, very easy. Okay. Let's solve the next. Please solve this question. A parallel plate capacitor is made of two circular plates separated by a distance of 5 mm. It is mm. Okay. The dielectric of dielectric constant 2.2 inserted between them. When the electric field is in the dielectric is this, the charge density. We'll solve this. We'll complete only 2-3 questions are remaining here. We'll complete this. Easy na yaar. Yeah. Okay, let's see. You know this formula, right? In this case, C becomes what? The electric field between the plate becomes what? You know, sigma by C. Whatever the previous electric field you had here, divided by K. E becomes what? E becomes E naught by K. So from where, what is E? E formula is your sigma by epsilon. Sigma was Q by A epsilon naught into K. We will get this. This is what you have from K is dielectric constant. Q by A sigma. Q by A itself is sigma. No? What is the formula for sigma then? Sigma is always given as what? Electric field multiplied by epsilon naught multiplied by K. That's it. You have to multiply all. Multiply, you'll get the answer for the question. Electric field is given to you as what? In the question, they have given the electric field. What is the electric field you have here? 3 into 10 to the power 4. Into epsilon naught, what is epsilon naught? 8.85 10 to the power minus 12. What is K? 9 into 10 to the power of 9. Solve all this. Now we can solve this now. Approximately like we'll get from here. See, 9 You can say approximately, let's say 9. 8.85 is what? K दिया हुआ क्या? What is K given the question? क्या लिख दिया मैं? Sorry यार. क्या K बोले चलिए. Sorry. So okay. So what is given? What is electric field given in the question? 3 into 10 to the power of 4. Epsilon naught is 8.85 10 to the power of minus of 12, and K dielectric constant 2.2. 2.2. Okay, 2.2. So you can see here, this is approximately 2.2, 6.6 you will get, right? 6.6 multiplied by 8.85, let's say you have it. And then this will give you what? 10 to the power of minus of 8, right? So 48, slightly greater than 48, right? So 6.6, you can take 7, let's say 7. This is, you can take as what? 9. 6 you will have it, provided you just remove one power from it, right? So in that case, the answer will be A, right? I'm doing the approximation. You can do the actual thing. We'll get the same answer. I'm taking 7. I'm taking this as 9. So I'll 63. Slightly more I'm taking. And then one power I'm giving back to it. That's 7 point will become. Because I'll get 63. Na? 63. Become 6.3 only when you supply one power from it. So this is the answer to the question. This is small approximation you can always do by solving these problems. You want, you can take this screenshot. Okay, so we'll move to the next one. Let's remove this now. Understood. We are carrying this. Now we know all things, so we'll solve the questions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 5 questions. But they all are easy only. They're not difficult. Or we will leave it for today. Tomorrow, anyhow, like both sessions, 6:30 till 8 o'clock, and then 9 to 11. We'll complete this entire thing. Like I have shared the 40 questions set with all of you. Tomorrow, my target will be completing those questions and these 4 questions tomorrow. Okay. So let's meet tomorrow. Tomorrow, electrostatics will get completed. चलो कल मिलते हैं. ठीक है. Thank you. What doubts you have asked, I'll do it later. Yeah.